And good morning. It's 7:04 on this Thursday, May 29th. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. Here we are on a Thursday morning, and welcoming you to Coleman and Company, live, spontaneous, and unrehearsed, right here on WANT. And we welcome our friends from Bates Ford this morning. Paul Tubbs is here, who is the dealer operations manager. Good morning.
Good morning.
And Ronnie Kelly is here. Ronnie's the community relations. He's community customer relations. That's it. And in sales. Been there for 38 years. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. Good to get y'all going. And I know it's the Memorial Day weekend has come and gone, and here we are on a Thursday morning looking for some great things. So get us started, Paul.
Yeah, we got a lot going on. Ford's got the family pricing where everybody gets the A-plan pricing. That will expire on June the 2nd, but we've had a ton of customers buying new vehicles. Actually, our new inventory has kind of gone down somewhat because everybody's taking advantage of this A-plan pricing, which A-plan pricing is if you were a Ford employee, which my dad was for 43 years. He worked at Ford Motor Credit Company, but each customer is getting the price that Ford has special pricing for employees of Ford Motor Company and some affiliates with Ford, but you can get A-plan pricing on new vehicles, which is a huge discount. Plus, you get the rebates, and if you have private offers and such things that, we can come in and run all that. But we've had a lot of customers take advantage of that, and that's been a really good deal going on right now.
Right, but it's not too late. You can still get in on it through June 2nd, did you?
June 2nd. It will be over. Ford's expiring then, but we've had a ton of people, and we've actually had a lot of dealers that's, yesterday I think Mike was dealing with 4 or 5 other dealers that are wanting to, where customers from theirs are trying to take advantage, and they're trying to locate vehicles. So, and it's something we can do. If we don't have exactly what you want on the lot, we can certainly call other dealers. We work a lot with other dealers where we can swap vehicles out and locate vehicles for you.
Yeah. Well, Ronnie, that's something anybody in sales loves to hear.
Yes, it's something we like to do. And like Paul was saying, we had a few on yesterday. We had to locate a few vehicles, and it worked out great. And we had to go a pretty good way to get one, but we try to satisfy our customers, so we did that. And we have a great selection of used vehicles also. So so that helps a lot also. So we're doing a great deal on those. And on Monday, we sold several vehicles, and it was a great thing that we had some good used vehicles. So, and a lot of pricing these Ford prices is helping us sell a lot of vehicles, and our inventory is getting mighty low. So you need to come out and take advantage of these vehicles.
Well, I know it's been a while, but I think people are getting more familiar all the time with 1780 Franklin Road. Really, Franklin Road itself over there. They're building around you. I see a lot of construction and actually some some bulldozers in pushing some existing buildings, cleaning off some land. Y'all are really growing out there.
Yeah, we kind of was the first one to get over. Tony had that property, actually bought it in 2008, and he had plans of moving over. But if you look around us, and we were kind of the first one to get over in that area, but if you look, there's going to be a couple of hotels before you get to us on the right, and then there's a gas station that's as soon as you turn off of Hartman onto Franklin Road, there's going to be a gas station. There's going to be a couple of hotels. There's supposedly going to be the Goat, which is a restaurant in Mount Juliet that's going to have apartments and pickleball courts and stuff that's going to be right next to us with some apartment complexes. There's a subdivision coming in over there. There's Jonathan's. There's Del Webb. So that area is exploding. And, I mean, it's, you look across the street and we see all the time where they're building Sam's and Target. So that area over there is going to be a really attractive area. But we've kind of got the first one to get in, but it's kind of going to grow up around us.
And waving that American flag.
We got the big, nice American flag. It was something Mr. Bates put up. He actually got that vehicle that we got on that hoist where we put up, too. So one of our things, when me and Tony kind of looked at doing this, and I went to Franklin, Kentucky, and actually looked at a dealership that was facing the interstate, and I thought, man, that's really nice, and it's so much of a better look than when you pass a dealer and you see a bunch of cars and service department out back. We wanted our dealership to face the interstate in the back on Franklin Road. It kind of has a double front where we had to. Yesterday, I had a customer that was walking in the back door of service department. We have to send them around. We've got signage, but still, it's kind of a new thing that people are getting acclimated to, where you actually pull around to the interstate side and to go to service and sales. But we wanted the dealership to face the interstate because I think it's just a much better look.
All right, let's talk quickly here about oil changes, tires, and batteries, because you specialize in all three.
Yeah, we had a lot of people taking advantage of our oil changes, $39.95. I had a guy the other day said, "Hey, I get my oil change in Ohio, and it was $140, and y'all do it for $39.90." I mean, he went to get his bill and said, "This ain't right." And I said, "Yeah, that's right. We run the cheapest oil change in town. I think it was tax and all was somewhere around $49." And he said, "Well, I'm from Ohio and just moved to this area, and I was used to paying $140, so I'll make sure I come back." One thing I want to stress is we can't do it. They had a couple of people yesterday come in with a Toyota or a Honda or a Nissan. If vehicles take full synthetic oil, that's generally around $100 oil change. Reason being is we want to make sure we put the correct oil in a vehicle, and that way, the engine and everything has got the correct oil in it. If it takes full synthetic, we can't do it for the $39.95, but we'll certainly do it as cheap as possible. We do the brake job right now. Ford's got brake job specials going $199.95. That includes brake pads, labor, all the stuff that included in that. Our tires, we're selling a ton of tires. I had a customer text me at 6:30 this morning and say, "Hey, I dropped my car off for you to put some tires on." Our tires, there's certain tires that we're doing that's got rebates up to $130. As always, when we do a service, we do a full inspection on your vehicle. We'll give you a call. If there's any necessary needs, we'll certainly let you know.
All right, Ronnie, you can quickly have the last word here this morning.
Remember, we are the dealer that trade for anything that don't need. If you have anything you want to turn into cash, bring it down to Bates Ford.
All right. Bates Ford, 1780 Franklin Road, right here in Lebanon, Tennessee. And Paul Tubbs, Ronnie Kelly, thank you much. We'll see you next Thursday.
Thank you.
Okay, again, the dealer that'll trade for anything it don't eat. We're about 11 and a half minutes after the hour. I have invited Alex Major to be my guest this morning. He actually was waiting for me when I walked in the door. Alex, good morning.
Good morning.
Let me tell everybody, of course, that you are the director of the Jimmy Floyd Center here in Lebanon, which is run by the city, and you've been over there in this occupation for a little while. You've been here a time or two, I think, to talk about that, but we're glad to see you today.
Absolutely, that's right. Been there in total since 2004, if you can believe that, back when the city hired 15-year-olds, but started as the director in 2022.
Tell us a little bit about you. Just thinking. I mean, I know you're Alex Major, and that's Major, not with an S.
That's right.
You grew up here.
Yeah, so I actually grew up in Gladeville, went to Wilson Central High School, but started coming to the Floyd Center probably about 8th grade when I was competitive swimming because, as you know, Jimmy Floyd Center is the only competitive swimming pool in the county. So I came out for high school swimming to prepare for that and have been there ever since. First job all the way to the director now.
Well, that's quite a story in itself. And I guess while we're thinking the name Jimmy Floyd, the Floyd and Baxter people have been great to Lebanon, and the Floyd family really, with the I guess encouragement of Mayor Don Fox, made all of this possible years ago, and I know Mrs. Floyd listens still every morning, and we'll say a nice hello and a thank you to her this morning as well. She doesn't listen live. I think she listens to the replay on AM at 10 o'clock. But anyway, we appreciate that, and people are benefiting from their generosity really every day.
Absolutely. And even up until just a couple years ago, Miss Janet Floyd was still teaching swim lessons at the Jimmy Floyd Center. So she's not now, but that family did a wonderful thing for Lebanon when they donated the property for the center. We've still got the carousel horse in there above the door. We're looking at maybe doing some renovation inside, but in talking through that, I told them there's one thing in here that can't go, and it's that carousel horse. So that you're exactly right.
Yeah, they used to have a slogan: "We manufacture fun." I think that's right, and they started small but grew and played all these fairs over the years, and have been very, very generous to their hometown.
That's right, absolutely. People don't know the fairgrounds was at where the Floyd Center is at now. So yeah, absolutely.
Well, we need to go to a break here in a moment. You were telling me it's the cooler weather, as things haven't been maybe going as fast as usual, but summer will be here before long.
That's right. This is actually the perfect timing to be on. We opened last weekend, and you're right, it's been exceptionally cool. But this weekend we have kind of a reset because I looked at the forecast this morning, and Saturday there's not going to be a cloud in the sky. It's going to be mid-80s. So we'll reopen this weekend. How about that?
Okay. Well, we will take a break right here and talk more with Alex Major in a moment here on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Absolute Kubota, they have a deal designed to keep you ahead of schedule. Check out the world's #1 selling compact excavator, plus 0% financing going on now until the end of the year. Absolute Kubota, 1506 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Watching a bill coming down I-40 right now through Hermitage. All that traffic flowing in from Wilson County, especially coming through Mount Juliet this morning. That really has picked up towards Hermitage on 40 going westbound, dodging some pretty nasty thunderstorms in certain parts of I-24 in Rutherford County, Coffee County as we look at the weather radar right now. Also parts of 65 in southern Williamson County getting hit pretty hard with some heavy rain. Hey, if you currently suffer from hail or storm damage to your roof now, that roof is starting to leak, call Independent Roofing Specialists today. That telephone number is 615 area code 647-9007. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
What is your passion? How can you use that passion to enrich your community? Hi, this is Melanie Minter, President and CEO of the Lebanon-Wilson County Chamber of Commerce. Your chamber is the resource for making connections to fulfill your passion. Whether education, nonprofit, agriculture, entertainment, or government relations, Wilson County offers a place for you to be involved. Your chamber connects businesses, individuals, and your passion to the community. We have an enthusiasm for excellence. Join us and catch the spirit. Call or visit our office at 149 Public Square in Lebanon.
Are you thinking about buying a new home? Let A.G. & Johnson assist you with your new home search. From the first-time home buyer to the empty nester, we are experienced in all facets of the home buying process. We will be with you every step of the way. No matter if you are buying, selling, downsizing, or upsizing, we can assist you with your real estate needs. Call us at 615-444-0909 or find us online at agandjohnson.com or Facebook A.G. & Johnson Realty. A.G. & Johnson is your community's trusted realty and auction company.
And we continue here on this Thursday morning. If you're just joining us, we welcome you. Alex Major is my guest this morning, director of the Jimmy Floyd Center. And again, I'm kind of amazed at your story. You go there, what'd you say, in the 8th grade?
Started there in the 8th grade prepping for swimming.
And then you've stayed around long enough to be the director now, the man in charge. What for those who are not as familiar maybe as they would like to be or maybe ought to be with what the center offers, kind of give us an overall view of what all's available there and who can participate.
That's great. So we want to serve as wide of a demographic as we can. We've got a little something for everybody. So just from front to back of the facility, we've got a full court basketball gym. There's a walking track above it. We've got a weight room that has your cardio equipment and your free weights. We've got an indoor and outdoor pool. The outdoor pool that sits out there is the largest outdoor pool in the mid-state. It's over 700,000 gallons of water. And then on top of all that, we've got programming to fill those areas. So we've got everything from swim lessons to group fitness to personal training, a little something for everybody.
How many people are employed? And do you have some full-time, some part-time?
Yeah, it's a great question. So we actually run with just 7 full-time employees. Now, our part-time staff, we're very part-time driven, especially during the summer. During the summer, we have about 35 part-time lifeguards, and then, of course, part-time staff in each of those other areas as well, including during the summer, we add our food court, which is a concessions area, so people don't have to load up in the car all wet and get lunch. We have it right there on site.
Well, now, the money to run this, I mean, it doesn't run for nothing. I mean, this is your livelihood. You get paid as the director. That's your living. Where does all of this money come from? And I'm guessing the city probably provides some. You have fees or memberships that are charged, but tell us about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So the city does supplement us, but we are working to do a good job at closing the gap from any supplementation the city does. We're actually on track this year, Coleman, to have our highest gross sales year in the history of the Floyd Center. So the highest year on record was in 2012, and it looks like we're gonna get it, barring some catastrophic event between now and June 30th. So we're excited about that.
Okay, so you're on the fiscal year July 1 through June 30th, like most government entities are.
Yeah, that's correct. And we're running after serving the community through our building, but also not putting a burden on the community as far as how much it costs. We believe we can get to that 100% mark, and we're moving closer every year.
So that's your goal.
I'd absolutely. I would love to do that. It would be a huge accomplishment. And just, from the growth of the Floyd Center and the growth of the community both, I think we can get there.
Well, I think you offer memberships, and I want you to expound on that. But you also, unless you've changed, do allow somebody just maybe if they're visiting or somebody who's not a member to come and participate, maybe exercise or swim or something, don't you?
That's totally correct, yes. So we offer memberships for anybody who wants a membership. Now, the Jimmy Floyd Center is city-owned and city-run, so if you live inside the city limits of Lebanon, you get a special rate. You get a discounted membership rate to the Floyd Center, so we encourage people to come on out. Something that we've done since I took over in April 22 is we didn't have a monthly membership format. So we know, paying for a year membership right up front is costly to folks. But we do now do monthly where they can have the membership bank drafted just like every other bill these days. And so we provide that now, and it's made it affordable for those folks who don't want to do it all up front.
Well, and you say if you live in the city of Lebanon, within the city limits, then you get a special rate because of where you live.
That's correct.
Give us a little idea of what we're talking about as far as the fees. Is that what you call it, a fee?
Yeah. So a membership fee.
Membership fee. Okay.
Yeah. So since we're on the doorstep of summer, I'll give you a little view of what that looks like for the summer. So we offer a 4-month membership because we know that folks want to have that kind of May to September time frame. So on that option by itself, a family membership, if you live inside the city limits, is $192 for the summer. So that gets you 4 months. If you live outside of the city limits of Lebanon, we still provide that, but the price is $242. So you're looking at a $50 drop off from non-resident to resident for that summer membership.
Do you have any memberships from people outside Wilson County?
Absolutely. So we offer a non-resident rate, and you'll still, when you compare us with YMCAs or things like that. One of the missions of the Jimmy Floyd Center was to make it an affordable option for families in our community and beyond. So the rates still compare favorably, even if you're outside the city, but we do have memberships for those inside and outside alike. You mentioned the daily fee. We do that as well. So if you just want to come and swim for a day and have a little bit of fun, we offer the $9 if you're anywhere above the child rate, which ends at 5 years old, or before the senior rate, which starts at 55. If you're over 55, we do it for $3 a day. And then children is $4 during the summer, but if you're 2 or under, we still have that free rate for those that are 2 and under.
And I think if you're a member of the Lebanon Senior Citizen Center, there's some perks that go with that over to Floyd Center.
That's right. Yeah, we do a walking track membership with the Senior Center, and we also do water exercise classes with the Senior Center. So both of those are available. Also, something to note for those in the senior population is we do memberships through health insurance. So if you have your health insurance card, it's worth stopping at the Jimmy Floyd Center, letting us check that for you, seeing if your health insurance plan includes it, because then they foot the bill for you and you can come on in and use the center.
Well, I know the city is going through a budget process, and I guess that includes you. You have to the supplementation that you get there is through the budget process. So how's that gone?
It's gone well. So the last year, so this past year and the current year, we don't have any huge capital items. So all that I've asked for this year is to continue in our process. I was talking to you a little earlier during the break about the Jimmy Floyd Center in its 25-year history has never had a full front-to-back renovation. So went to council, went to the mayor. We've talked about that a little bit. And my pitch to them was, hey, we need a plan as we upgrade the facility where everything can be uniform, from color board to finishing. So the council was great with that. They approved me contracting with an architect to move forward on a coherent plan for interior renovation. We're in phase one of that process right now, and my capital item for the coming budget will be construction documents and things like that to continue that process.
Okay, let's say you get this done, somewhat of a facelift and all of this. What's the future? You're a young feller, young compared to me, to say the least. Although you have been doing this your whole adult life, I just wonder how. I mean, there's other competition, if you want to call it that, out there. Some places that are private that people have memberships. I guess you're competing against them in a way. What's the future? How's the future look for the Jimmy Floyd Center?
Yeah. So as we're looking at this renovation, like I said, it would be the first one in 25 years. So when we're making decisions regarding this renovation, we want to recognize that it may be the only one for the next 25 years. So you have to be forward-looking in that. While you were talking there, I was pulling up our mission statement. We revamped our mission statement, so I'll read that to you. It kind of gives you a portrait of our goal at the Floyd Center. So our mission statement is creating a culture of wellness and recreation that encourages lifelong health, strengthens families, and serves our community. So, where we are competing with other gyms in a way, we also want to be unique in that we are using our building to serve our community. And so that's one of our major goals that we don't want to get lost in the pursuit of revenue. We're here to serve our community as much as we are to generate revenue.
Okay, you said earlier, I believe, heard you right, you had 7 full-time employees. Does that include you?
That includes me, yes, sir.
But a number of part-timers, when, especially in the summertime, when they might be needed. So are you in hiring mode at all right now?
So not really. So as we gear up for the summer, we beef up our lifeguard staff from about 12 lifeguards to 35. With opening last Saturday, we have almost completely hired that staff. Now, any position that we might have come available will be open on the City of Lebanon's website, along with all other departments of the city. We do, have them here and there. The nature of part-time work is that part-timers don't stay forever. So if somebody is looking for a job, pretty much year-round, we're going to have something here or there.
All right, we've got a couple of minutes left here. Alex Major, director of the Jimmy Floyd Center, is with us. Any other stuff you might want to mention I haven't thought about this morning?
Yeah, absolutely. So I want to remind people that one of the things we do at the Jimmy Floyd Center is swim lessons. So we have 4 summer sessions that we have on tap for the summer. Now, the registration for the first session, which starts June the 2nd, has come and gone, but we have 3 more sessions upcoming. So you can call our aquatics department. Our aquatics director is Aaron Sawyer. Her assistant is Ethan Maggart, and they can get you set up for swim lessons through the summer. But they're highly competitive during the summer, just meaning that they fill up fast. And people should remember that we do swim lessons year round. We have that indoor pool that's heated. It's open during the winter. So we do that year round to get kids the lifelong skill of swimming, and they can do that in the winter to prepare for the summer if they'd like.
Well, having been a swimmer yourself when you were younger and a competitive one, I guess that probably still a little bit in your blood. You enjoy the competitive swimming still, whether as a spectator, director, or you're not doing that yourself anymore.
I'm not doing it myself. I do a little bit of coaching on a volunteer basis, but we're the host site for all competitive swimming in Wilson County. So we have a 50-meter long course pool outside and a 25-yard competitive course inside. We host every high school in the county. We host a club team there. And, of course, we host lap swimming for exercise. A lot of people that were in the sport in the past still do that as a low-impact exercise today. So we're proud to be the host site for competitive swimming in the county. Without the Floyd Center, the schools here wouldn't have the ability to compete in high school swimming. So we're thankful to have the facility that we do.
Well, we're thankful to have had you today and appreciate the good job that you're doing. A wealth of information passed on here, but if somebody wants to know more, you have a website, right?
That's correct. So our information is available on the City of Lebanon's website, LebanonTN.org. They can also visit us on Facebook. Our programming and marketing coordinator, Nicole Teague, does a great job with our Facebook page, and we post a lot of information on there. Or we can go old-fashioned, and they can just give us a call, 615-453-4545, and that phone system will get you anywhere you need to go.
All right. Alex Major, thanks so much. You've been a wonderful guest this morning, and we wish you well.
Thank you.
That's part one of Coleman and Company. We've got more. Please keep it right here, FM 98.9.
Let's see what's happening on the roadways thanks to Bates Ford, and get a battery installed in most vehicles, $199.95. Bates Ford, 1780 Franklin Road. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Still dodging some rain showers coming up and down I-24 right now. Certain parts of Rutherford County, Coffee County, be careful. It's coming down really good with some heavy rain. Traffic's looking pretty good right now despite some rain up through Williamson County. 65 is picking up quite a bit actually up through Brentwood into South Nashville. As you come up 65 right now over here at Harding Place. Hey, Princess Hot Chicken has karaoke tonight at the Tanger location. It's always a lot of fun on Thursday nights. Check out their menu throughout the day and order online at princesshotchicken.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
We'll have mostly cloudy skies for today with a few thunderstorms still possible. Highs will be in the lower 80s. Showers possible tonight, lows in the lower 60s, and then scattered showers and thunderstorms for our Friday. Highs in the lower 70s. This forecast brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty, professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions. With your severe view forecast, I'm Storm Specialist Drew Richards.
And we welcome you to part two of Coleman and Company. And here on this Thursday morning, at this time, it's time for us to talk about A.G. & Johnson Realty and Auction, 728 West Main in Lebanon. And now we don't always have the same people, but we do have a usual two, I guess we could say. And the usual two are here this morning, that meeting, Jay White and Helene Cash. And let me just say good morning to both of you.
Good morning, Coleman.
Good morning. Good morning to both of you. Jay White, Helene Cash. A.G. & Johnson Realty and Auction at 728 West Main in Lebanon. Community trusted since 1977. And that phone number that we always like to pass on, 615-444-0909. All right, Jay, what's going on?
Oh, as you well know, Coleman, we're right in the middle of auction time, and this Saturday morning we're blessed to be out on Old Rome Pike at 610 Old Rome Pike. We're selling a little two-bedroom bungalow out there. I call it a bungalow. It's a little two-bedroom house. It's probably one of the cutest little houses, freshly remodeled. I mean, this house is move-in ready. It's got a beautiful setting with outbuildings. If you're interested in a nice little home right in the middle of town, just out here on Rome Pike, come out and be with us. This house is just ready to move in. It absolutely, I can't think of a thing that it needs.
It is beautiful. It has all those original wood features to it. It's just gorgeous.
It's really a nice little place. But anyway, it's also, we've got a building tract beside it, a 3-acre building tract. It's a rare opportunity to buy a nice building lot right in town. It is in the county, but the city surrounds it, so you get all the county. You don't have to deal with all the city taxes and those sort of things, but you get to use all the amenities that the city has to offer. But it's right here in town. This lot is just a rare opportunity that you can buy this much property right in the middle of town.
So convenient.
All right, and that's this Saturday.
This Saturday.
If you got another one to talk about.
We do. Well, we've got several we can talk about.
Lots.
Right here. The next week we're going to go over to Murfreesboro. We're going to visit our friends over in Rutherford County
Field trip.
The 7th of June. We've got a nice little brick duplex over in Murfreesboro that we're going to be selling. We'll talk about it a little more next week, but if you're looking for some income-producing property, this house is located right off of 840 in a great location, and it's a brick ranch style 2-bedroom duplex.
Yep.
Each side's 2 bedrooms.
Yeah,
4
2 bedroom, 1 bath on each side.
That's true. But anyway, a nice little income producing property right off of 840 in the Rutherford County area, and we'll be going over there on June the 7th. We'll talk a little more, I guess. We'll talk a little more. We're going to Watertown in June, and we'll also, I'll just tell you about some sales that we've got coming up in June. But we're going to Watertown. We're going to sell an industrial building up in Watertown. It's up on, I guess it's Purple Tiger Drive. It's in the industrial park up there. But if anybody's interested in a nice industrial building, this building's probably 10 years old, if that. A nice metal building up there. A very rare opportunity to buy a 10,000 square foot industrial building, and we'll be up there in June, on June the 14th. It's also this building was used by an electrical contractor. We've got lots and lots of electrical supplies to sell. If you need any specialty items, we'll be there all day, along with trucks and forklifts and just all types of things.
Scissor lifts, forklifts, man lifts, electrical supplies. Oh, you name it, it's there.
It really is. It really is. And then we're also going to be having, if you're looking for some hay equipment, some nice farm machinery, pickup trucks, and those sort of things, later on in June, we'll be selling some nice equipment out here in Lebanon, but just some great farm machinery that with very low hours on all of it. So if you are interested in farm machinery, industrial property, rental property, or a nice home, we've got it all in the next few weeks coming up. So,
well, looks like you're going to have a busy June.
We are. We're not planning any vacations between now and July the 4th.
No, he told me I wasn't allowed to do anything in June.
And if anybody is thinking about an auction, you're at the top of the list for them to consider, no doubt. And you've been doing this. You have it yourself, but A.G. and Johnson's been doing auctions since they started in 1977, and you stay busy.
We like to, Coleman. We do like to. But if you're thinking about having an auction, please give us a call at 444-0909, and so we'd love to come out and speak with you about having one. Like we've talked before, and we talk all the time. These things you can't put an auction on overnight, so it takes a little time for preparation. And so give us a call, and we'll come out and explain the process to you.
You take time and you do it right.
We try.
All right.
We try.
But if you want to go the other route,
if you want to do the traditional route and list your home, we have an agent for you. We have lots of agents in the office, and we can come out and sit and talk to you about listing your home traditionally or having an auction and explain the process to you, because you never know which way is the best for you. So you can give us a call at 615-444-0909.
All right. Well, y'all have a great one. We'll do it again next Thursday.
See you next week.
All right. Jay White, Helene Cash, A.G. Johnson Realty and Auction, 728 West Main. Go to their website at www.agandjohnson.com. Well, we're about 22 minutes before the hour, and I have finally... It's good news to say that we have, as I have as my guest this morning, the Wilson County Teacher of the Year. And she is right here live in studio this morning. And this is Charisse Carter. Did I get that right?
Yes, you did.
Charisse Carter, the Teacher of the Year from Springdale Elementary School.
Yes.
All right. Well, we're really glad to, I guess we probably could have maybe done this sooner, but I've had a pretty busy schedule for April and even in up into May, or usually busier than usual. And of course, maybe it's even better for you that school is out and you don't have to worry about rushing back to school this morning or whatever. But
definitely.
We want to, first of all, congratulate you for being not only the Teacher of the Year for Springdale. You were, I guess, chosen by your peers there, and then you were selected among 30 or so as the Wilson County Teacher of the Year. So we thank you for being here and congratulate you as well.
Well, thank you, Coleman. It is an honor and it's a very humbling experience, but I appreciate you offering for me to come today.
Well, we want to get to know you a little bit this morning, so maybe we start at the beginning. Where did you grow up?
Yeah, so I grew up over in West Nashville off Charlotte Avenue, went to Charlotte Park over there, Metro Nashville Schools, and had a single mom. She worked hard every day, kind of showed me what work ethic, should look like. And she was an operating nurse for many, many years.
Well, where did you go to elementary school?
So I was at Charlotte Park up through 4th grade, and then we moved out towards Bellevue, and I went to Harpeth Valley, which is still going strong out there. It's kind of close to Highway 100 and Highway 70, and then ultimately ended up over at Nashville Christian for my older years there.
All right, and then what about after high school?
So then I went on to junior college to Aquinas just because it was local and easy and wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do yet. And so from Aquinas, went on to MTSU and got my bachelor's. I first went into accounting. So I like challenges, and I was just I knew Mom had struggled for a while, money-wise. So I was like, okay, I think accounting could help me a little bit there. And first did that with MTSU. And I went back, got a master's, thinking I might teach it a little bit. So that was my first career.
Well, as far as teaching goes, what led you or directed you, or maybe somebody encouraged you? What prompted you to get to be a school teacher?
Well, there were a lot of things going on. I had, been in the corporate world maybe about 20 years. I was working with HCA. And so HCA had a lot of opportunities to volunteer in the community. So I would leave at lunch. There was a Big Brother, Big Sister program, and I would go have lunch with a young girl there in a metro school and got to know her well. I also was teaching some with Sunday school. And then Love Helps is another organization, and they would go read on your lunch hour to kindergartners in metro schools. And it was about character, building type of thing. And so all these things were at play, and I really think it was a God thing. He was just leading me towards this move, and I started looking into it. Lipscomb made it real easy to go back. I was probably pushing 40 at that point. And so going back to school was, kind of a daunting task, but they made it flexible and easy. And some of it was online and some of it was in person. But I ultimately got my master's in teaching. So
okay, what level? Who are you teaching now? This is an elementary school, so it's got to be K through 8, I guess.
It's K through 5 over there, out of Mount Juliet. And I do ESL, which is English as a second language. So I'm pulling really students from across all grades, kindergarten all the way up through 5th grade. And I pull them for about an hour a day, and we're working on, reading, writing, listening, and speaking.
You enjoy what you're doing?
I really do. I said, talking to some folks, that I've never regretted making that decision because it is personally rewarding, to see the changes that you can make in a student's life. And it really did it for me as well, to see their trajectory change, their path change, and to really give them hope for a future and to help them dream about what they can be or what they want to be. Mm-hmm. So to me, education really is the power that allows that to happen.
Well, you were chosen by the teachers at Springdale to represent the school, and then you have to. I think there's some paperwork that goes with when you are chosen to represent the school. The people who are selecting Teacher of the Year want to know a lot of things, don't they?
They do.
I've heard that it does take a little time and thought and effort to do that and to do it right, but you evidently did a great job there. What was that like? How difficult was that?
Well, I mean, you write a paper, they keep it to about 1,000 words, and they want to hear your story there. You're also getting papers from, recommendations from teachers, from parents, as well as administration. So the paper really just took me some time to think through kind of what we're talking about, what brought me to education and what drives me every day. And I did include in there, teaching is a difficult thing. I mean, we have to persevere, and we really do it as a team. So, you're reaching out daily to those classroom teachers. You're building each other up. The administration is strong within Wilson County. So that makes a huge difference. And I really talked about, some of the struggles in my early on career and how you overcome those, and then how it drives you to do better every day.
Well, you must have impressed some people quite favorably. That evening, your one was 31-2. Do you remember exactly?
Oh, I know they include other schools, even from the Lebanon Special School District, and some private. It may have been 34, 35.
But anyway, you were the one selected out of how many were there representing their schools.
Yes.
And what I was going to ask, did you really envision this at all? Were you just really surprised?
I was very surprised. So the whole time they're talking, I'm thinking the room was filled with career changers. So I thought, okay, this is not me. And then something at the very end, I'll be honest, I can't even remember. And I thought, okay, maybe. And yes, I was completely surprised, to say the least.
Well, it's time for us to take a break. So once again, congratulations. And Charisse Carter, our Teacher of the Year. We've got more to talk about after we go to this break. This is Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to our friends at Absolute Kubota, they have a deal designed to keep you ahead of schedule. Check out the world's #1 selling compact excavator plus 0% financing going on now until the end of the year. Absolute Kubota, 1506 West Main. Now with traffic, let's go ahead and check back in with Chuck.
Good morning. Certain areas we're dotting some rain showers out here, especially coming up I-24 in Coffee County, parts of Rutherford County, getting hammered right now with some nasty thunderstorms. It's building pretty good up through Franklin, Brentwood, through Williamson County on 65. Northbound, headed on up into South Nashville. It's picked up also there through Kingston Springs with that traffic this time of the morning coming in from Dixon County on 40 going eastbound. Hey, if you recently suffered hail or storm damage to your roof and now that roof is starting to leak, call Independent Roofing Specialists today. Check out their website, irsroofs.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
The refreshing cool after coming in from a hot summer day. The perfect temperature to kick off your shoes and relax with a good book. When the weather heats up, a new Rheem AC system will surround your family in total comfort. Are you feeling it? Rheem, the new degree of comfort.
Financing available through TVA's Energy Right program and your local power company. Call Randy's Heat and Air 237-3604.
Rheem, the new degree of comfort.
Hey, this is Paul with Bates Ford. Come visit our location at 1780 Franklin Road. We have over 300 vehicles to choose from, a state-of-the-art service department, free pickup and delivery. You can visit us on the web at www.tonybatesford.com or give us a call at 615-444-8221. That's Bates Ford, 1780 Franklin Road, the dealer that will trade for anything that don't eat.
And we continue here on this Thursday morning. Thanks for joining us, and my thanks to Therese Carter, our Teacher of the Year, Wilson County Teacher of the Year from Springdale Elementary School, who is with us. And we've already learned a lot about you, but tell us a little bit about your family, and then I want to talk a little bit about Springdale, if we could.
Okay, yes. So I have one daughter, and she is 27 years old next week. And she is living in Alabama, and she got her degree from Tennessee Tech in social work.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. And but you're pretty much dedicated to being a school teacher, and it is more than being at school from 8 to 3 or whatever the hours are.
Yes.
You do a lot of work at home, really, for as a school teacher.
Every teacher does, Coleman, and I think that's why this is so humbling, because you see firsthand every day when you walk through those doors the dedication, the compassion, the hours that they're spending at home planning, grading, analyzing data, contacting parents at night about, next steps, or also good things, sharing the great things that you saw in your classroom that day, or maybe a picture that you took on field day, sharing that. And to me, that's what I really enjoy so much, is connecting with those families. Mm-hmm. But yes, the hours that they put in, at Springdale, we have an amazing drama club. We have tutoring going on after school. We have so many things that people are just pouring themselves into, and it does take a lot of time, a lot of energy. So it's impressive to walk through those doors and see what goes on daily.
Who's the principal at Springdale?
It is Jennifer Yoakum, and then also Dr. Jennifer Sharp is the assistant principal. Very strong leadership.
How long have you been there?
So I've been there 5 years and have done ESL with them from the beginning, and will continue next year also doing ESL.
Do you envision continuing ESL, or is there a point you think you might like to do something else?
Well, I tell you, it tugs at my heartstrings, and so it's a job with a mission, because I really enjoy working with the whole child. Some of the things that some of my students may be experiencing may be, slightly different than others. And so that whole Maslow's hierarchy of meeting their basic physical, social needs, but also the academic needs, really does tug at my heartstrings, and it makes it hard for me to really think about doing anything else, So no, I'm doubtful that in a school setting that I would do anything other than ESL.
As far we're talking about English, you have to know your English pretty well, but you do get a lot of practice in knowing it, don't you?
Yes, and our methods, everyone says, well, do you know Spanish? Do you know Arabic? Do you know Tigrinya or Telugu? And the answer is no. I probably know enough to make my students think that I know their language. But in reality, for ESL, it's more about teaching in an engaging way and helping them, grow their vocabulary with words that they've never heard before. They're not hearing at home. They don't have the same life experiences or travel as much as some of our other students. They're just not exposed to the same words. And so we do that in a fun way, through motions, through gestures, through lots of visuals on our smart boards, and try to keep it engaging. We get them up, get them moving, playing games. But we're doing a little bit of all that every day: reading, writing, speaking, listening.
Without adding to this, as you were expressing how you do it, it could be kind of dull and boring, couldn't it?
Well, it depends, how much you like to read and write. So we try to keep it fun, keep it on topics that they find interesting. And also,
but you are also, you're doing kindergarten
Yes.
as well as fifth graders
Yes,
here,
yes.
and there is quite a difference there.
That is a very good point. So 1 minute literally in the schedule, at the end of a day, we're with first graders. And then 2 minutes later, we might be doing phonics and doing a CVC word. And then this is how we learn to read. And then 2 minutes later, fifth graders are knocking on the door. And of course, they're at a very different level. So for them, we're reading a higher text level. We might be talking about something more complex like main idea or similes and metaphors. So yes, you really get to see the full spectrum of a school, and how those learners grow across that spectrum.
Is there any difficulty for you actually to adjust from one level to the other, almost on a moment's notice?
It's a fun task, and I think that's where I like a challenge. I just like a challenge, and that really is probably the most challenging piece of it, But we have to plan well. So we're talking with those classroom teachers, what do you need and what are you working on right now? And how can we help them be successful in your classroom? So as long as you're planned well, then you can make that switch in a moment's notice, but you just have to plan those grade levels out.
Do you have opportunity to, other than at your school, maybe teachers at other places to associate with them, get some ideas, and if so, how do you do that?
Yeah, so Wilson County does an amazing job. I tell you, in the summer, getting us up there in Lebanon at the ATC. So in mid-July, teachers are not just sitting at the pool. We are actually we tell our students that. Do you realize that teachers also go to school too? So in mid-July, for about 3 days, we get together and we all share what we've learned that year, what methods worked for us, what didn't work. And so it's a really great opportunity to collaborate. And then we also do that as an ESL group. We get together and have professional learning committees where we share things with each other. And then also at our schools, we're doing data meetings, talking about students and sharing information. So that's what I love about the county.
Well, there are controversies that come up from time to time regarding our schools, how they're run, the direction education is headed in, and I guess there's criticism at all levels. So, although hopefully I don't think it's all that bad, but everybody's not totally happy. How do you deal with that? Because you have to. There are some negative things about being a school teacher and the job that you hold.
I think every day you've got to come back to what drives you and your purpose, and you're really just taking it one student at a time. And so I think we have to look beyond all the political things and just know that the child is still the child, and we have to show up for them every day, regardless of the negativity or different aspects that may be, discussed in the political realm and whatnot. We just have to take it one child at a time.
Well, without a doubt, some of those negative vibes can be discouraging to you, and especially if it's something that you maybe just 180 degrees difference in opinion with. Does that bother you much? Do you just don't let it bother you? How do you deal with it?
I tell you, you just have to drown out the negative and stay in the positive. It's the only way that you're going to really achieve your mission, on a daily basis. So, yes, the job is hard, but every job is hard. And you have to come back to what is driving you and really seeing yourself in that child. So knowing what education did for yourself and then wanting that for them and persevering and driving past all the negativity to achieve really your goal.
Well, you seem like an extremely positive person, and also but I just wonder, as we think about the future, and there probably are some obstacles out there to overcome to continue education as we've known it, to keep doing a good job. How do you view the future?
Well, I can tell you one thing, that we're trying to grow and learn ourselves as educators about how to do the best that we can do for them. Technology certainly is coming into play, with the children as well as on the teaching side. So how can we use it to help ourselves plan better and more engaging lessons using AI and different things like that? Children stay busy with technology, so they come to school, and then we're competing with their attention. So we have to make it motivating and engaging. But no, on the political realm of different things, I'll be honest, I just don't spend a lot of time there. At the end of the day, we're still going to educate children, and we're still going to do what's best for them. So that's my focus.
All right. Well, I can understand. I think I understand quite well why you were chosen, especially if the paper that you filled out was as good as you've done here on the radio this morning, explaining all these things. You certainly enjoy what you're doing. It's like you are on a mission, and you're not going to let anything really get in the way of what you're supposed to be doing. That's kind of my take from talking with you this morning.
I agree. Thank you, Coleman. I appreciate your time here. It's been an honor. It really has.
Well, congratulations again on being chosen Wilson County Teacher of the Year. And if you joined us late, we've been talking with Charisse Carter, our Teacher of the Year from Springdale Elementary School. I'm not. Where's Springdale?
We're over there off of Central Pike in Mount Juliet. Close to BJ's, if you go on Central Pike, around the corner there, across the interstate at 40. That's where we are. It's a great school.
Okay. Well, thanks again for being with us, and we certainly wish you well and want to congratulate you one more time, and certainly appreciate you taking time to be here with us today.
Thank you so much.
All right. Again, Charisse Carter, Teacher of the Year, and that's going to do it for a Thursday. I hope you'll be with us tomorrow for the Friday edition, and until then, I wish you a tremendous day.